Right, just going to take you through a quick run through of what I've done. Basically, lift is fixed in, as you can see. Got my feet on, got the mould on, all supporting blocks on the feet. Now in here I've got removable brace there, which is on your false rail, which is obviously removable. The same down here, and there's one here as well, and obviously you've got one here all the way along. There's one at the front as well, up here. Now this one's glued in, as there's no need to take that one out. Obviously you have to take the rest out to remove the lift. Now I've put masking tape along this edge here, because once I come to put the top on, obviously I'm going to have to glue it around the sides here, around this front rail, and on the sides again. But I don't want no glue going on this part, otherwise I'll never be able to remove the rail. Now the lift is actually in operation at the minute. I'll just quickly show you. This one's actually not infrared, that's radio control, this one, so it's a bit more reliable. As you can see here. That's up. Obviously it rotates as well. Again, 180 degrees. I don't know if you can see, but there's fixing points here as well. There's actually one at the front down here. There's one there, and there's one at the front as well. Now obviously they fix it to the sides, so you probably could just see that. It's actually hard up against the side. Well, you've got two little ones of them up the top, and there's two down the bottom. Now these are fairly hard up against the side to stop side to side movement. Obviously you don't really want side to side movement, because there'd just be too much variation once you put the lift back in, which wouldn't be too good, because obviously I've got to take it out to be reset up again by the customer once it's been polished. The next stage I'll be showing you will be veneering of the drawer fronts, which is in BURR walnut, cross banding and feather edge, and then I'll show the processes of obviously the top are going down being veneered, which will be in walnut again, but it's actually oysters this time, walnut oysters, which I will show you. Obviously down the bottom you've got your 5-inch void there, which is for your DVD player and that. Obviously your support, like I said before, to support the lift and then the weight. Right, we're up to the next part now, which is basically marking out the top for the flap for this part here, which is fairly easy. You just lay the top on, just tick from underneath, from here, and obviously this back edge, this being 8 inches, so it's quite easy. You just mark off the back edge to the front edge, you're 8 inches. Now what I actually do, obviously you've got to make sure it's all nice and square, otherwise you'll find if it's not square and a flap goes down and a sticker, for example, from this point over to the other side, and then it is here, that'll fall and that'll get jammed. So it's very vital that it's got to be square. Now I use, which I've pre-got out, which is this. I will actually rotor out using a 3/8 cutter, in my rotor using a fence off of these edges here, because then you definitely know a square. With rotoring this out with 3/8 on this line here all the way down, you can then lip it up, covering any MDF. It's 3.8 lipping both sides, and that will give you a pretty much perfect gap straight away with no shooting in. This is the best method I've found. That's the quickest for me. Basically what next I will show you is obviously that rotored out, lipped up and everything. Right, I'll just quickly show you that I've rotored it out and lipped it up, taped it down with the lippins, and that's basically what you're left with. Now once the glue has gone off, obviously, I will take all the tape off, flush it down, and then it'll be veneered, and then you won't actually see obviously none of them lippins from the surface, just on the edges. They are completely pre-finished, just a little bit of a sand, and that'll be done.